Oh, I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm all up in the clouds when it's pouring rain. Ain't never coming down unless you call my name.
Hey guys, so today we're going to trim my bangs. So I got a hairband. I'm gonna put my hair up. If you guys are doing this with me, you'll want to put your hair up too. So my bangs look pretty okay right now. They're just at the point where they're a little too long for me. I like them to be, I don't know, up here. And then I like them to grow about to this length and then I'll cut them again. Oh, they actually look pretty good. I'm still gonna trim them. So I don't have any special scissors. Feel free to just grab whatever scissors you guys have around your house. I probably should buy some because I've been trimming my own bangs for over a year now, but I haven't done that, so anyway, I'm just gonna have at it. I've tried a lot of different tips. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen, but a lot of people will like do this where they twist them and then they cut them. That doesn't do a lot for me, honestly. So I'm not gonna do that today. I've just kind of learned by trial and error what I'm doing. So that's what I'm doing. So see, it's just a little long. What I will start out doing is I will just like kind of get it the length that I want it to be. I like to pull it away from my eyelashes so that I don't cut my eyelashes because that is a bad day. And be sure to get hair all over your face because that's what we're going for today, for sure. I personally do not like them to be very bulky. I like them to be wispy. They're kind of already wispy. I've thinned them out so much the last 2 or 3 times that I have trimmed them, but I will probably thin them out a little bit more. I would err on the side of making it too long, and then if you come back a few hours or a day or so later and you still think it's too long, then go ahead and trim it then, because it's a whole lot easier to fix it if it's too long than if it's too short. If it's too short, pretty much I just gotta wait until it grows back because I am not a barber, nor have I ever been to barber school. Actually, it's still a little long. I like to trim back here too because I don't want it to go behind my ear. Then it leaves this gap like that and that looks terrible. I don't like that. I do not. I like that stark angle. It makes me feel like a fairy. I'm after that fairy vibe. That's a little better. If your bangs are like mine, maybe they are, maybe they aren't, I like to follow the curve of my eyebrow and try to kind of match that because I feel like if I make it about the shape that my eyebrow goes down there, then it will complement my face shape better. I don't know that, but I just have a feeling, and I kind of like to substitute this latter part of my eyebrow for my bangs, you know. I would recommend doing this over a sink. I am just doing this over the floor and it's gonna be a huge mess for me to clean up later. But if you do it in a sink, then it's really easy to just like wipe up. It's all in one spot for you. The next thing that I like to do after I kind of get the shape that I'm after, which is close enough, I think, then I will take the scissors and go up like this, like just straight up. And you don't want to do that a whole bunch, but if you just go like straight up and trim, kind of like so, then it will give it a more choppy appearance. Some people like really straight, thick bangs, in which case, you know, you could just do that and then it'll be very blunt for you, and maybe that's what you're after, maybe that's what you like. But like I said a moment ago, I like them to be wispy, so I do this. I actually learned this tip, guys. I guess in the comments real quick where you think that I learned this. I'll give you a minute. Okay, now that you put your guess down, I learned this at horse riding camp. We were being taught how to trim a horse's mane, and to make it look less blunt, this was the technique that we were to use when trimming a horse's mane. I used to ride horses. I used to actually have my own horse. Story time. His name was Hank, and I loved him a lot. He was the best horse. He was a good guy. He had an accident a few years before we ended up moving away and selling him. And it was really kind of heartbreaking. So what happened was he got spooked and he ran away, but he was tied to a post, and when he was so strong that he pulled the post out from where it was. And so the post was attached to his bridle, and as he ran, the post was like hitting his hindquarters, which was scaring him even more and making him go even faster. So basically what happened is he jumped 3 fences like that, ran across a 5-acre field, and eventually the 3rd fence that he jumped, he got caught on it. Like the post fortunately got caught on that fence. He fell down when it got caught, and he got up and was about to start running again. He couldn't run because it was caught. He got really badly injured and like emotionally traumatized by that, and I wasn't ever able to ride him after that incident, which was kind of sad because I loved him, and he was the best horse that we owned. We had 4, and he was the best horse, and he was mine. I rode him all the time before that incident, but I couldn't ride him for, I think it was 4 months he was healing, and then after that point he was just so spooky. And man, this is kind of a sad story. Sorry guys, not trying to be a downer, just trying to teach you how to trim your bangs here. You didn't know you were signing up for a story time when you clicked on my thumbnail, did you? I think I'm done with this side. What do you guys think? So a lot of the times, and I can show you too, I think I'll do it on this side. I haven't done it on this side, but if it's looking really thick, which this side isn't, you can still see my scalp underneath, which I like. I will pick up a piece and I will like just kind of cut it like that. About here. That's too, why do I looked so white. Why is it doing that? Stop it. Stop it. Okay, whatever. I'm using my own skin to white balance this video, apparently, I guess. It's making me look like an angel, but I don't want to look like an angel right now. I honestly don't know how to tackle these long ones here, so we're just gonna start chopping and hope for the best. You want to lay your bangs how you're going to have them on your face so that you know they're going to lay the way that you want them to lay. If you just hold them forward like this, and then you start chopping and you cut them at an angle like you want them to be here, it's not going to look right when you lay it actually where you intend it to go. I'm really upset about the white balance, but you know what? We're just going to run with it today. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. You know, every time I trim my bangs, it's always a big surprise how it turns out at the end. I never actually know if it's gonna look good or not. I just hope and pray. And you know what? A lot of the times it does turn out good, and I am happy with it. Feel free to leave any tips and tricks you guys have about trimming your hair or your bangs in the comments too. I like to take the longest pieces and kind of straighten them out and see where they lay. This long piece here is here and this one is here. So that's kind of even. It's the rest of it that's not even. I like to take my scissors and cut it at an angle. I like to make a lot of cuts. I find that it makes it look fluffier when it lays down. So now we're gonna use that little trick I talked about earlier, where you just kind of like take a little bit like so, and we'll just kind of, and we'll do it again. And we'll do it again. Because I'm not looking to have super thick looking bangs, and I want them to be light and airy, and I want to look and feel like a fairy. And even with like the parts that I will chop, I will do that same little technique that I told you about with the horses, to just also make it look a little more natural, make it flow a little bit more. I think I did a good job with this side, and it was so easy. I had so much confidence going in with this side because this side went so quick and so easy, and it is looking really, really rough. And I think maybe part of that is because I had so much confidence, because the other side went so well for me. And I just thought, wow, I am so good at cutting hair, I don't even have to try anymore. I will just do it and it'll look great. And then I did it and it didn't look great. Yeah, you guys, I'm sure you guys are feeling great about taking my advice when it comes to cutting hair now, because look at this great job I'm doing. Look at how fantastic my bangs look. Wow. Wow. I'm just so happy that you listened to me, someone who's never been to barber school, someone who has cut their own bangs for a year and never cut anybody else's hair in her life. I like to style my hair before, and I don't mean put product in it. I don't put any product in it. I will get my straight iron and do what I'm gonna do on the daily, so that my hair, again, like I said, will lay the way that I want it to lay. This one was so easy, and this one is so hard. I don't understand the difference between the two. Probably because I'm not a barber. Probably because I never went to barber school. I was thinking of doing a get ready with me video today, and I didn't do it. I couldn't think of any stories to tell you guys, but you know, a story kind of came to my mind right away when I was doing this about my horse. Also, I realize Hank is kind of a terrible name for such a majestic animal, but he came with the name when we bought him, and he had already learned the name and responded to the name. He had the same owner almost his whole life before we got him. My family wouldn't let me name him a different name, even though he was technically mine. I think there was some contention over what we should call him, and so we just didn't change his name at all, because nobody could agree on what his name should be. And it just stayed Hank. It's not quite what I would love, but it does look decent, you know? It looks okay. Not awesome, but okay. And here in the McPherson house, we strive for mediocrity. So I think we've accomplished mediocrity. And that might just be enough. Also, my hairband's been falling out this whole time. It's kind of useless. My hair is very fine. It doesn't hold on to hairbands. Hairbands just like slide out of it because it's so straight and thin. Okay, well, that's something. How do I look? You like it? You hate it? Let me know. It's better in my opinion. It's shorter, which is what I was going for. And I feel like it looks fairly even. It's even enough for me to be satisfied with it. So I think I'm done here. Thank you guys so much for watching and joining me. Like and subscribe. Subscribe and hit that bell notification so that you don't miss any of my future videos. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in my next video. These are the casualties of war. No joke, guys. I got hair on everything. Look, it's even just like hanging off of my wall. Do it in your sink, kids. Stay away from drugs.
Calling on Mondays overdue, but I caught like everything